We welcome you to WakeMed Soccer Park, Salem Stadium, Cary, North Carolina, home to North Carolina FC as they take on Memphis 901 FC, a critical Group G matchup. Both teams desperate to try to chase down Birmingham and Charlotte. This presented by Aetna. Hello, everybody. I'm Dean Linke alongside the great Austin DeLuz. And Austin, when you look at the standings, this 6-point swing game is huge.
Yeah, massive for both teams. If they have any hopes of getting into the playoffs, it's really do or die at this point. So it's going to be a sort of cup final atmosphere tonight. Really excited for it. All
right, let's go to work and take a look at the featured players presented by Aetna. We start with the captain, making his 150th appearance, Nazmi Abadawi.
Yeah, 150 games for one club is an incredible achievement. He's an unbelievable ambassador for the club, and we see there his goal against Birmingham recently. He's starting to feel it a little bit more. Would love to see him get a goal and a win tonight to celebrate that 150 mark.
You mentioned goals. Kiana Marsh-Brown, by way of England, can score some goals for Memphis.
Yeah, really dangerous player for Memphis. He's provided a lot of the attack for them. He's got a lot of pace and obviously a very good finisher. He's done it throughout his entire career over in England and now here in the USL. He's a guy to watch for Memphis tonight.
All right, let's take a look at the rest of the starting lineup for Memphis. Brought to you by Bojangles. Here's the starting 11 for Memphis 901 FC.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a 4-3-3 for Memphis. We see here Mark Birch has got that left back spot. He's a veteran. He's been around for a while, done it in MLS for a long time, and still a very high-quality player, unbelievable left foot. On the right side of the back line, Reese Buckmaster is really exciting young player as well. He loves to get up and down. I really like this midfield three with Tommy McKay, Baxter, and Kofi. Tommy McCabe spent some time here at NCFC last year. Very smart player, very solid. And again, Marsh-Brown and Allen are going to provide a lot in the attack, both goal scorers that have done it throughout their careers.
Bow time for North Carolina FC. The starting lineup brought to you by Bojangles.
Yeah, NCFC is going to look a little bit more like a 4-1-4-1 tonight. We talked to Dave Sarek, and he wants to see more in the attack. So we're going to see Nazmi Abadawi and Dre Fortune supporting Haji Berry up high. Haji Berry is a guy who we know can score goals. He's done it other places. Just looking for him to do it here tonight in that number 9 spot. And obviously on the back line there, Akeem Ward and DJ Taylor back on the field together. Looking for them to join the attack, get up and down, whip balls into the box, and create chances, and just try to get that offensive rhythm going.
USL Championship takes center stage from Cary, North Carolina. North Carolina FC and Memphis 901 FC will be back with the kickoff. Stay with us, everybody.
Home is meant to be our safe place, but heart attacks and strokes don't stay home. Don't avoid the ER out of anxiety. Don't die of doubt. Don't stay silent, and don't stay home. If you have an emergency, call 911. When seconds count, the hospital is the safest place to be.
COVID-19 is a severe lung infection. Trust the American Lung Association for science-based public health information, especially for the 36 million Americans who live with lung disease. We have resources to protect your lung health. Access expertise from medical professionals and peer-to-peer support through our online communities. Visit lung.org for daily updates.
Matchsticks, matchbox, matching tide and matching socks. You don't know why, but you're really special to match point, match game. You and I are not the same, but I can tell that you're really special to me. There's something I can give to make you laugh, to help you live. We're the perfect match and you're really special to me. We're the perfect match and you're really special to me.
The United Soccer League, all 35 championship clubs and its players stand together in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. as you see the 15-second moment of silence as we all stand united against racism. You just saw a moment ago the captain Nasbi Abadawi. There you see Mr. Allen, dangerous player, as Barry gets the start up top. North Carolina FC in their dark colors, Memphis 901 FC in their white. Alongside the legend that is Austin DeLuz, I'm Dean Linke. Austin, congratulations on the birth of your young son, Maxon. Good to have you back in the booth.
Thank you. Yeah, if I fall asleep, you just keep going without me. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Yeah, young baby, 3 weeks old. Will certainly make you earn your keep. There's Tommy McCabe, as you mentioned. He was great for North Carolina FC on loan a year ago from Cincinnati of MLS, now on loan for Memphis. We'll see what he can do. And we are underway and delighted to be with you here. This game, of course, rescheduled. This was supposed to be played last Saturday, but after the shooting of Jacob Blake, it was also the same time, the anniversary of the Martin Luther King Jr., so the team Memphis decided to go to the National Civil Rights Museum on the 57th anniversary of Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech, and that was the right decision, Austin DeLuz.
Yeah, a ton of respect for the Memphis players for taking the initiative to sit out that game and spend time in their community at the Civil Rights Museum. It's a powerful place. We spent some time there as well last year when we were on the road at Memphis. The Lorraine Motel where Dr. King was assassinated is actually within walking distance of the hotel we stayed at. So we took a walk to that motel, and it's just an incredibly powerful place. It's just such a strong reminder of how recent that was and how far we still have to go. So much respect for them for making that decision, and I'm sure it wasn't an easy one, but I think, like you said, the right one at the end of the day for their team. Yeah,
Tim Howard, of course, the iconic American goalkeeper who played overseas and now is part owner of Memphis 901 FC. We don't believe he's here, but Tim Howard actually pushed it forward. I had Mark Segbers on the United Soccer Coaches podcast, a man of color, adopted by a white family at the age of 2, and he really was great at breaking down the fact that we got to keep this dialogue going, Austin.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's what it was all about for them in making that decision to not play is to continue to create that conversation and to make a statement, that these things are important and that we need to keep the conversation going, and we need to hold ourselves accountable for making not only, our sport better, but society better as a whole.
Trying to find Miller. Of course, the top man for Memphis 901 FC is their head coach, Tim McQueen, now in his second season. And I feel like they're on the verge of something special. They had some leads that they've let get away from them in the last 2 years. They'd like to hold on to a lead. Here's Drake Fortune, drops it back to Barry. Barry getting the start, Barry! Trying to chip Jimmy Haig, and it'll go over the crossbar. A bit unlucky there for Barry.
Yeah, it would have been a dream start for NCFC right there. But we can see early on what Haji Barry provides in that number 9 spot. A little bit lucky here with the deflection, but can't put the finish on frame. But that's what Haji Barry's going to be looking to do, just putting that back line under pressure all night and getting in behind them.
So there's Tim McQueen that we just talked about, assisted by Ben Pierman. Long ball forward, trying to find Baxter initially, and then Allen. He's got a different kind of engine, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a pain to play against. He really is. He runs defenders down. He's always nipping at your heels, and obviously a good finisher. He's scored a lot of goals throughout his career.
There's Dave Sarakin, the top man for North Carolina FC. Good to have him on the pregame show, seen on all the North Carolina FC social media channels. In fact, you can probably still go and see it even after this game. Alex Comcia, former star defender for the University of North Carolina and Chapel Hill, is they're getting ready to play soccer, men's and women's.
Yeah.
In the ACC, dropped over to Barry.
Wake Forest women kicking off tonight against Duke.
That's a big one. Yeah, Wake Forest women led by Tony DeLuz, longtime head coach, and of course Duke led by Robbie Church. North Carolina FC and the North Carolina Courage have really done a great job working with NC State, North Carolina, Duke. I mean, all of the schools in North Carolina have done a nice job with that.
Yeah, it's a special place for soccer, and to see that connection between the colleges and youth programs and the first team here between both NCFC and the Courage is really cool.
The combination there between Miller and Barry not on.
Yeah, this has been a good start for NCFC, though. I think Dave will be happy with this. I think he'll be happy with the intensity and urgency and the early attack.
Liam Doyle plays it forward. Memphis 901 FC again in white. Next opportunity we have, we'll show you the keys to the game. This one played over top by Manny Perez, former star at NC State, with George Kiefer, who's putting together a great program for the Wolfpack. And sent out of there. Let's go to work and show you the keys to the game, presented by Continental Tire, Austin Deleuze.
Yeah, for NCFC, we've talked about it a couple times, but just finding that rhythm offensively. We know that NCFC has talented players that are capable of impacting the game in that final third, but it's just about finding a way to make it click. And again, the outside backs with Akeem Ward and DJ Taylor. Akeem making his return after a couple game suspension, but they can provide so much in terms of adding to that attack, so good to have him back. For Memphis, it's all about keeping and holding the lead. You referenced it early on. They've been in games, but they just have to find a way to close them out to start climbing up the table. And the last one there, that 6-point swing for both of these teams really is so big, in terms of chasing down that playoff spot. They've really got to, make things happen here this weekend between tonight and Sunday night.
Knocked out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in back to North Carolina FC. There's Pekka. Slides it over to Comcia. Good win for North Carolina FC over Birmingham, but then a tough loss a few days later at Charlotte. Dave Sarakin telling us in the pregame show he was really surprised by it.
Yeah, it was interesting. He was very candid. He just said they didn't show up. And obviously in a derby game, that's unacceptable for him.
Here's Perez. Perez stepping over it. So you can see right now as you look at the timing here, we've been talking a lot about Black Lives Matter and activism. I feel like we're going to walk up on that moment where the teams will unite. You see Jimmy Haig, former Michigan State Spartan, in goal. And now both teams will come together. And as they do that, we will send it down to Mark Calloway, the PA announcer, to tell us what's going on. This is really important.
The North Carolina Football Club and Memphis FC have come together to recognize the fight for equality, diversity, and inclusivity by using the next minute and 40 seconds from this time to honor the ongoing movement around social injustice and the need for positive change in our sport and in our society. What you're seeing here comes just days after the unveiling of the Black Players Alliance, an organization recognized by the USL and the USLPA with a mission to educate and empower its members to use their platforms to bring positive change to their communities.
Every moment matters, Austin Deleuze. Every moment matters.
Yeah, it's it's great. It's great that they're continuing to make these statements, and I hope that people are taking these moments to reflect on themselves and how they contribute to the systemic racism that we're still seeing throughout our country. You know, I think if you're watching these moments and they make you uncomfortable, I think it's important to ask yourself why you're uncomfortable, right? Hold yourself accountable. Look in the mirror. That's the only way I think that we can make progress, is if we start to hold ourselves and each other accountable for our own biases and the way that we treat people.
And can I say amen? Well said, Austin Deleuze. 10 minutes in, we'll have added time because of that very important break that you just saw, that very important moment. We'll also have a hydration break that they'll have to keep track of. Here's Carroll. He bombs it long, and too long for one of our featured players in this game, as you see the man from England, Keanu Marsh-Brown.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch Marsh-Brown tonight here in person, and I've gotten a little bit of a taste of him, you know, watching other games, but he's a guy with so much experience over in England. He came up through Fulham's academy. He represented England at the youth levels a few times, so a guy with a lot of experience. And exciting player.
Barry drops it over to Pekka. Manny Perez is onside. Flag stays down. He's got time. Sometimes he'll try to take you on one-on-one. This time he'll reset to the right back, Taylor. Taylor back on that right side after Akeem Ward had an extra game added to his red card suspension. Here's Drake Fortune trying to find Barry. Handled by Carroll. Picked up by Miller. Ward right back to Miller. Ward cuts off of that. And there's Nasby Abadawi. Abadawi. Back to Ward. Ward is in. Pushed off the ball. Still loose. They'll say a foul, a push against North Carolina FC.
Good stuff there from NCFC. That continued pressure in the final third. Some good combination. That's a really good slip ball from Nazmi Abadawi into Akeem Ward, who finds himself in the box. We talked about it earlier. He loves to get forward. That's your left back right there around the penalty spot.
That replay brought to you by Select Physical Therapy. Select PT, one of several outstanding sponsors for North Carolina FC. In fact, the sponsors of all the teams, including Memphis 901 FC, stepping up big during this unprecedented time. Every single partnership matters. So we appreciate all of the sponsors for both clubs, as that one is sent out of bounds. It'll be a throw in back to the visitors. Mark Birch. He doesn't look like he's slowing down at all.
Just a really good player, smart player. Birchie and I played together in D.C. It seems like a million years ago now, but back in 2011. And you're going to see him on a lot of set pieces tonight. He's setting this one up here, but his left foot is really fantastic. He can whip balls in at pace, accurate.
So Birch won a national championship with my former broadcast partner, Jason Gary, at Maryland. That was a long time ago, back in 2005.
I'm sure he'll appreciate you dating him like that.
Hey, man, I say if you can keep playing, keep playing. I wanted you to keep playing as Tambakis grabs it. Don't miss a minute of action in 2020. Sign up today and get alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for North Carolina FC and then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores. Plus, get reminders on North Carolina FC's next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club. 14th minute, still no score. Scoring has been an issue for North Carolina FC this season. As you break it down, and we'll do more of this at halftime, but Birmingham has played 12 games. They have 22 points. Charlotte has played 11 games. They have 18 points. As we take a look at this play right here, break down this replay, and then we'll update the standings.
Yeah, we see there Connor Donovan kind of forcing that one into Stephen Miller, and Reese Buckmaster, who we talked about before the game, is really active on this right side, does a good job of stepping in and winning the foul.
Carroll played for assistant coach Ben Pierman. His time at Michigan State, pushes it forward. Pekka. And Pekka has been as solid as they come for Dave Sarakin.
Yeah, he's been a really good addition. Just Really solid in the middle of the park. Really good at breaking up plays and initiating the attack. I did not enjoy playing against him, I'll tell you that.
He's tough. Good two-way player. The captain, Nasby Abadawi, appearance number 150. North Carolina FC uniform. Dave Sarakin wanted the foul on Marsh Brown. Doesn't get it. Here comes Memphis. They take a shot near post. Tambakis will pull the arms back in. It'll come back to North Carolina FC, who wanted the foul there.
Yeah, we'll get another look at it here. Akeem Ward takes his first touch, gets away from him a little bit. And yeah, that's a foul. It's not, nothing crazy, but doesn't get the ball. Puts Akeem Ward on the ground.
So we touched on it in the open, but North Carolina FC, they played 9 games, so they've got 3 games on hand at Birmingham atop the boards. If they won all 3 of those, they'd be at 19, and the same amount of games to 22 for Birmingham. Charlotte's 2 games ahead, and of course, you take those 2 games, and they would be 2 behind them. So the point is, there's still time for really both these clubs to try to chase down Birmingham and Charlotte, but that window is getting smaller.
It is, yeah, and we can, you can sense the urgency, I think.
Abadawi keeps it down on the ground. Liam Doyle with a deflection. Cleaned up by Pekka. Great ball to Taylor. DJ Taylor back to Fortune. Taylor and Fortune, those guys are great friends. They have combined before for goals. This time Fortune's shot not on frame.
Yeah, that was a good play there. Really nice slip ball in from Pekka into DJ, who loves getting into these areas and cutting these balls across the face of goal. And this is a spot that we've seen Dre Fortune score from a couple times this year. That trailing run in the box, you can't put that one on frame, but we know he's capable of finishing those.
Buckmaster, who's played quite a bit of left back for Memphis 901 FC, as Mark Segbers has played at right back. Mark Segbers not here. Dre Fortune will drop it back to Homsia, getting a chance to get back in there. Donovan, who spent a short stint at NC State, but good to have him back in the area, and he has been a nice pickup at center back.
Yeah, he's been good. He's been solid. I think he's enjoying being home and getting in this environment that he's so familiar with.
Here comes Memphis 901 FC. That's Baxter wearing the 2-0 jersey. Taylor quickly to Pekka. 17 minutes in. Of course, 7 minutes in, we had that important break. Off of that, what have you seen so far, Austin Duluth's early doors?
I think it's been a good start for NCFC. They've gotten into Memphis's box. They've gotten a couple half chances. But again, they've got to find a way to create higher quality chances. That's been the issue, I think, so far this season, is creating high quality chances at a more consistent rate and just finding the back of the net. But the early signs here are very positive, I think.
You saw McCabe drop it back. You played with McCabe. What does he bring?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Tommy's. I loved playing with him last season. He's just super intelligent. Very, very, very good passer of the ball. He's good at breaking lines and springing people in the attack. He gets in these spots right here in between the lines and able to turn face upfield and again, initiate those balls that are so important in creating chances.
Yeah, it was almost like he knew you were talking about him as he came in that perfect little pocket right there as Buckmaster goes down. Stephen Miller, now the veteran of the team. And when Nasby was out to start the restart here after the break for this pandemic, he wore the captain's armband quite a bit, Austin.
Yeah, he's a leader. He's been around the club for long enough now that people look up to him. And, he's been in and out of the lineup, which I know he hasn't been happy with, but he's a true professional. He's just worked really hard to get back on the field. I know he's excited to be out there tonight, try to make the most of it.
You're hearing the wisdom of Austin Duluth. I'm Dean Linke, delighted to be with you on ESPN Plus and in the Triangle on WRAL2. Comcia. Liam Doyle. Taken away there by Manny Perez. Good ball over to Barry. Barry's first touch is there, deflected. I feel bad for Haji Berry because you feel like his explosiveness in front of the 6 and around the goal has been off the charts, but he really has nothing to show for it.
Yeah, not yet. You know, I think we referenced that he's capable of scoring goals, right? We've seen him do it at other places in this league, whether it was Ottawa or Swope Park or Orlando City B. It's just, for whatever reason, hasn't clicked here yet, but I think, you know, he's been on the field a lot. I think they trust him. He's done positive things outside of scoring goals. So it's just about getting that first one, I think, and getting the floodgates open. Hopefully that happens for him tonight.
Miller slides in, but Birch at the bottom of his shoe. It'll go off of Taylor and out of bounds back to Memphis. The USL's elite pre-professional platform, USL Academy, allows clubs across the USL to build a pathway to pro soccer by bringing together top local youth talent. Visit usl-academy.com or search hashtag USL Academy on social media to learn more. Akeem Ward, the left back, sliding over, gets there first, headed by Liam Doyle. Pekka, battle the midfield, won by the visitors from Memphis. Here comes Marsh Brown. Marsh Brown, marked by Donovan. Marsh Brown. Good one-on-one defending by Donovan, then support from Ward. Slid back over to Buckmaster, and Buckmaster keeps it alive, keeps it clean. Memphis stays with it. Coffey, wearing the 10 jersey, side of the foot. Baxter, now Buckmaster. Buckmaster first times it. It'll come back to Baxter. He'll quickly get it to Buckmaster. I like what I've seen of Baxter so far, as that one's sent across. Cleaned up by DJ Taylor. Now Coffey off of Ward. They'll say foul on Ward, and it'll be an alpaca free kick coming here for Memphis.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. So Dave Sarakin was not happy with that call. So we see here, Coffey heads that ball wide, looking for Buckmaster on the right side. Akeem does come through the back of him and ends up on his back. That's why he comes up hurting. But yeah, I'm okay with the foul call there. I think he came through hard on him.
All right, so that select PT replay will set up an alpaca free kick as Ward will come back to try to find somebody. Over the ball is Baxter. So Baxter, wearing number 20, had some clean touches. In fact, it was his touch back to Buckmaster that led to this free kick. Goes far post, off the head of Miller. Miller will run it down then. Good work, solo style by Miller. Look at just the gazelle-like stride of Manny Perez.
He is fun to watch once he opens up, right?
He really is.
Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned Baxter with clean touches earlier. He's an interesting player. He's only 28, but he's had a long career already. He made his Premier League debut for Everton when he was 16 years old. He's one of the youngest players to ever debut in the Premier League and for Everton Football Club. So a guy that's been at the absolute highest level.
You can see it. You can clearly see it. Coffey comes in hard on Berry. Coffey will drop it back to Carroll. 23 minutes in. We will have added time, and we are expecting a hydration break again as well. It's still humid here in North Carolina. Flag stays down, as over it is Allen. This will come back to North Carolina FC. Good look at Tommy McCabe. There's DJ Taylor, who was picked out by the Raleigh City sports fans as Fitz and Ryan Jernigan in our pregame show, again, that you can find on the North Carolina FC social media channels. They nailed it.
Yeah, they did a great job. For the first run, I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be, they're going to have to keep raising the bar. That was pretty impressive right there.
I think they thrive off of low expectations, so try not to hype them up too much.
Doyle gets there before Berry. Coffey. Marsh Brown making a run. Ward stays with him, so they bring it back. Coffey will give it out to Buckmaster, who, as we said earlier, is much happier on the right side with that right foot, trying to send it across, looking to find Allen. Well, and as I say that, DJ Taylor much happier on the right side as well for North Carolina FC.
Yeah, just a little bit more natural. Obviously capable of playing on either side, but I think just much more comfortable on that right side with his dominant right foot.
Here comes the North Carolina FC attack that was started by a great touch from Dre Fortune to drop it back. And now Miller misses. The numbers were good. Fortune's touch in the middle of the park. I don't know how far they'll go back, but it was brilliant.
Yeah, good counter there. Unfortunately, the final ball not quite good enough, but Steven, you could see he was looking for Manny Perez on the back post, just overhit it a little bit.
See Dre Fortune on the back of the jersey. Mako Medical has stepped up big with all of the COVID protocol. Fane Butte and Mako Medical, we thank them and all the great corporate partners of North Carolina FC. Minute 26, still no score for two teams that are desperate for goals and desperate for points, to say the least. Buckmaster. I think it's fair to say, Austin, and look, the numbers are not great. The last 5 games for both these teams, just the one victory for North Carolina FC. So you got to put that out there. But I think you can also say, looking at the talent for both these teams, that they believe they belong in the playoffs. They believe they've got a shot at it. They just have not been able to put all the pieces together.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about it that going into this season, I'm sure the goal for Memphis, and I know it was for North Carolina FC, was to make the playoffs at the minimum. And they have the talent to do it, like you said. Just for whatever reason, for both these teams, it hasn't clicked. And this weekend is so big for both these teams with the Thursday-Sunday matchups. It really feels like whoever comes out of this weekend on top between these two teams is going to have a real shot at making the playoffs, and the team that doesn't might have a really hard time working their way back into the picture.
Yeah, we'll be right back here on Sunday for these two teams again, right here on ESPN Plus, coming to you from WakeMed Soccer Park, Salem Stadium. Kept in bounds by Marsh Brown. Little pressure there from Barry. Allen, nice clean touch to McCabe. Baxter. Yeah, he looks like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's been around the block. You can see that he has that kind of vibe, that confidence on the ball that comes from playing it at such a high level.
Allen behind Marsh Brown. Abadawi, good cleanup. Here's Barry. Good run by Manny Perez. Perez, first touch. Here we go, Manny Perez! Denied by Haig. Corner kick, North Carolina FC.
That's a golden opportunity for Manny Perez right there. Uses his pace to get in behind. See it again. The interception here from Nazmi Amadawi. He starts the counter into Haji Berry. Haji does a really good job. Just a simple pass into the path of Manny Perez. And Manny takes a good first touch, gets a good shot off, and that's just an excellent save from Jimmy Haig. He gets a foot on it. Really good save, keeping Memphis in the game.
So Jimmy Haig gets to see Tim Howard now all of the time. He's already a great collegiate goalkeeper. Also spent time with FC Cincinnati and now has found a home here at Memphis. There's DJ Taylor. We're 28 minutes in.
I'll tell you what, something to keep an eye on, too, from that last play is that matchup on the right side between Manny Perez and Mark Birch. Because we talked about Mark Birch, excellent player, but not known for his pace. And Manny Perez, you could see, we talked about when he opens up, there's not many people who can stay with him. So I would look for NCFC to continue trying to find Manny Perez in space on that right side and try to exploit that matchup.
Best opportunity so far, no doubt, as Manny Perez into open space, denied by Jimmy Haig. And there is the talented right-sided player. He also played some right back for George Kiefer and NC State, can play right mid, and those are all things that I'm sure Celtic appreciated as they started approaching Manny Perez.
Yeah, versatility is so important. And he's just got to find that rhythm. We know what he's capable of. We've seen it in the past. Just hasn't been there yet this season. And it's chances like that that are gonna go a long way for him getting his confidence back and getting into top form.
Still a young player, Manny Perez. Speaking of young players, you start to break down North Carolina FC in the youth system. John Bradford, the top assistant for Dave Sarakin. You start to think about the players that have even been rostered and appeared, and now you've got Adam Armour, who's over at Nuremberg, Germany in the Bundesliga, trying to make a Bundesliga team right now with the reserve team, but that's just one of many. But Adam Armour is big news.
Yeah, he's a very good young player, and I know that the club was disappointed to see him go. I think he would have had a real shot at playing significant minutes here this season, but obviously, you know, he wants to go chase his dream, and the club supports him all the way. But just that connection between the academy and the first team is just getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah, we'll have more on that as this opportunity is finished. A goal by Memphis. A little touch and a dance, and no one shut down Mensinger, and it's 1-0 Memphis on top.
Yeah, great 1v1 play there, a good finish. And somewhat against the run of play, Memphis goes up 1-0. We see it here, Baxter again. A really good first touch, and here it is, 1v1 versus Akeem Ward. Just allows him to come inside, get on that left foot, and just a powerful finish to that near post.
So Rafael Mintzingen from Brazil makes it 1-0. And perhaps just a little bit too much space right there, Austin Deleuze.
Yeah, definitely. I think in that area of the field, inside the box, you know, it comes down to 1v1 battles, and Mintzingen won that one for sure.
How about him? We had our eyes on Marsh Brown. We had our eyes on Baxter. We were talking about Coffey and McCabe, and this Brazilian sneaks in there, and that's a quality finish. As let's take another look at that goal. The only goal so far is we've got the hydration break here, brought to you by Chala Law Group. It's 1-0 Memphis on top, courtesy of this goal right here by the Brazilian.
Yeah, nicely weighted ball again from Baxter out of the midfield, and I love that first touch, brings it down. And this is just 1v1 right here. You know, he puts the move on Akeem Ward, gets inside, and just strong finish into that near post. And from that range, there's just not a ton that Alex Timbakis can do about it.
You start to think now about those Continental Tire keys to the game. And you think about Memphis and you watch their track record. I know their fans that are watching right now are thinking the same thing. Get a lead, hold a lead. That has been tough in the first two seasons for Memphis 901 FC.
Yeah, for both teams, I mean, the response here is huge, right? Dave talked about it with us a little bit in the coach's corner earlier today, but it's a must-win game. So we have to see NCFC respond here, and at the same time, it's just as much of a must-win game for Memphis. They have to find a way to see this out. It's still early, obviously. I'm sure they would love to get more goals, but getting that first goal is huge, creating that lead, and they want to come out here with 3 points just as much as NCFC.
Dre Fortune had that lovely touch in the middle of the park and then had that combination with DJ Taylor. Of course, Manny Perez had the great opportunity, but they didn't put it away. The Brazilian did, so we'll see if Perez and North Carolina FC has any kind of answer. Again, your hydration break brought to you by Chala Law Group, and wow, it seems like how many times of late has North Carolina FC gone over for the hydration break right after giving up a goal, Austin?
Yeah, it's just critical moments, right? Critical moments in the game. Anytime there's a goal stoppage, anything like that, you've got to come out focused. You got to be ready. You know, going into that hydration break, you gotta know it's coming. You got to be aware of the situation. Try to get into these stoppages without giving up goals, and unfortunately, that one came right before the stoppage.
So the goal coming from Mintzingen from Rio de Janeiro, just 23 years old, scoring for Memphis 901 FC and giving them the 1-0 lead. Here's Nazmi Abadawi. McCabe got a little flick on it. Both those players were together at Cincinnati. Ward, his first touch. It'll be a corner kick, North Carolina FC.
Yeah, it's a good response after the goal. You know, Nazmi taking a little bit of the initiative, taking people on, trying to make something happen. Right back in it with a corner kick.
Corner kicks brought to you by Jasmine and Olives. Our free kicks are brought to you by Alpaca Peruvian Chicken. If they score on a free kick or a corner kick at either one of those places, it's buy one, get half off. That's a good deal. Corner kick driven in. Headed out of there by Birch from a distance, Pekka. But it'll come back to the team on top, Memphis, 901 FC.
Here's another look at that corner. Gets cleared out, and Pekka's always there at the top of the box, ready to clean anything up. And we've seen him hit a couple at pace. Haven't seen him hit the back of the net yet. But
this portion of the game brought to you by Continental Tire. Visit continentaltire.com for all the new great specials, courtesy of one of our leading sponsors, Continental Tire. Buckmaster will bring it back to Carroll. .36 minutes in, 1-0 Memphis on top. Miller is taken away by Baxter. Here's the goal scorer, Zingen. Cleaned up that time by Donovan. And with that whistle, I can tell you that Aetna is a CVS health company. Together they are transforming the healthcare experience. They provide nearly 47 million people with innovative benefit options to help them on their path to better health. Aetna offers a range of traditional, voluntary, and consumer-directed health products. These include medical, pharmacy, dental, vision, and behavioral health plans. To learn more, let's go to Aetna.com and let's take a look at this yellow card here, AD.
yeah, Baxter just gets there a little bit late and catches Pekka.
Memphis yellow card in the 36th minute of play.
Makes the most of it.
20, Jose
Baxter comes away with a yellow card.
Great breakdown from Austin Deleuze on that career for Baxter, starting as a pro at age 16. Now finding his way to USL Championship.
Yeah, I'm sure Tim Howard was familiar with Baxter as they both spent time at Everton over in England.
There you go. Pekka finds Barry.
Get ready, they're going to turn the play.
38th minute. Memphis on top 1-0. Abadawi will give it back to Pekka. Ward. Miller now to Donovan. Patient, but you can see right now there's a wall of 5 back there, almost 6 right now for Memphis. It's not going to be easy, Austin.
No, and this is what we know NCFC can do, is, you know, keep possession, pass the ball, move the ball in this middle third of the field. That's something that they excel at. It's being more effective in both boxes that I think is the issue. So as this game goes on, we just got to see more urgency, more initiative to move the ball into that final third at pace.
DJ Taylor with the throw-in. Abadawi finds Fortune. Miller. It was Cristo, then it was Lomas, and tonight it's Barry up top at that 9 position. Just trying to find some answers for Dave Sarakin up top.
Yeah, trying different things, just trying to find something that clicks. I think it's difficult for Marios Lomas, you know, coming in the middle of the season from another team. It takes time to settle, but unfortunately, the season's so short that NCFC doesn't have a ton of time to let those things sort themselves out. So Dave not shy about making changes and trying different things.
Taylor. Looking for Abadawi, and Abadawi with a shove on Carroll. Nasby Abadawi, like Austin DeLuz, has a youngster at home, as you see Tim McQueen looking on.
I think his youngster's actually here. I can hear him crying over behind me. He's got his whole family here tonight celebrating his 150th appearance. Such a fantastic ambassador for the club.
Incredible. Used to be here as a fan. He was a fan in the stands when Capono Low scored that left-footed Thunder goal for the debut back in 2007 for the then-named Carolina Railhawks. A fan, and now he's a fan favorite, no doubt.
Yeah, it's such a cool journey from him, you know, coming up playing in this area. Wasn't highly recruited. Actually went to Wake Tech, played a year at Wake Tech, and you know, found his way onto the NC State team, and with really no expectations from the coaching staff, and obviously ended up becoming an integral part of that team and becoming a mainstay here for the club.
Yeah, and he's now getting caps for his home country overseas as well. There's no bigger honor than that.
Yeah, he's really enjoyed that experience playing for Palestine. It's been really special for him and his family.
Barry, great little give and go. Back to Pekka. Pekka will switch it to Fortune. Fortune's got some time and just misses. Dre Fortune trying to curl it in and just misses.
Another great sequence there from NCFC. Here's Pekka initiating it out of the midfield. Pushes it on, plays a nice little 1-2, and fires it out wide to Dre Fortune. And this is a position that Dre Fortune absolutely loves. He loves opening up his hips and trying to find that far post, and that one wasn't far away. I've seen him hit that one quite a few times.
What a great point. You feel like you've seen him hit that on like 70, 80%, in fact, right? Like more makes than misses for Dre Fortune from that point.
Yeah, and that one was tough. He had somebody, you know, a defender in the path of that far post, so he really had to probably try to bend it a little wider than he wanted to, and it ended up pushing it a little bit too far wide.
If you're just joining us, it's Memphis 901 FC scoring a goal right before the hydration break from their 23-year-old Brazilian, Rafael Minsingen. And that is the scoreline right now, 1-0 Memphis. Group G action. This a makeup game from last Saturday's game, understandably canceled in protest for the shooting of Jacob Blake. Taylor. Good ball, Miller climbing the ladder, but so is Carroll. It'll fall. Good work by Burst to just lay out before Abadawi can get to it. The goal scorer trying to nutmeg Ward. I'm an outside back. I don't appreciate someone trying to nutmeg me at midfield. What do you think?
No, definitely not. Luckily, Connor Donovan was there to clean that one up.
There's Donovan to Comcia. Nazmi Abadawi coming back to get it. Looking for some movement. Manny Perez had that great opportunity earlier. And it looked like the player fell without Perez touching the player.
That's a veteran move right there. You can see Keanu Marsh-Brown, he's got the position on Perez. Yeah, he knows he's going nowhere. He's going towards his own end line, and he fools the referee.
I mean, that, I don't even know if you call that a tap.
No contact there. That's veteran. That's a veteran move.
Stay with us for our Aetna halftime show. Always good sights and sounds from USL Championship. They do such a great job. Take a look around the league, get up to date. Our main man, Brian Ware, does an amazing job keeping track of all things USL Championship. We appreciate him each and every time we show up out here at Wake Med Soccer Park. I'm so glad to be with each and every one of you watching right now on ESPN+. Manny Perez will give it back to DJ Taylor. Perez has looked ready. He's looked lively. And really, if not for the leg of Jimmy Haig, it would have been 1-0 North Carolina FC early on.
Yeah, it's just that save becomes so much bigger after Memphis goes down and scores that goal right after.
4 minutes of added time. Remember, we had that break for social injustice and then the hydration break, and we had a goal, so 4 minutes. A whistle against North Carolina FC. Now looks like we're going to see a card. It's going to go to Pekka. So Pekka's going to get a card. You can even hear the North Carolina FC subs asking for what, and Pekka's a little confused as well.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit harsh. There's not a ton there. I don't think that's a card, and it's not insignificant either, because Pekka's the type of player that likes to get involved in physical battles, and now he's got to ride a yellow card for half of the game.
Most likely for dissent for that ball throw. You could see the referee then when Pekka was looking for an explanation, he was kind of pointing around the field for other instances, so kind of a combination yellow for Wellington Pekka. Brazilian. It's a Brazilian on the other side that is featured so far, though. The only goal scorer is the man from Rio de Janeiro, Rafael Mzingen. Baxter will slide it back over to Marsh Brown. Marsh Brown trying to get it back to Baxter. Here's Barry. Barry wearing the name Baba in honor of his dad on the back, pushed down by Fortune, and the referee says no. And that is not going to make Dave Sarakin happy.
I mean, that's a missed call. There's no two ways about it. You can see the anger from the NCFC players, and Haji Berry dribbles into pressure here, and Dre Fortune's there to pick up the second ball, and I mean, that's as clear as it gets.
No fans here, but they just showed that on the big screen. You could kind of hear a moan as we are in Citrix extra time. Memphis 901 FC on top of North Carolina FC 1-0 alongside Austin Deleuze. Dean Linke, delighted to be with you for this rescheduled matchup. I believe the only game in town for USL Championship action tonight, the only game going on. I think I'm right about that, as this one is dropped back over. I want to say hello to longtime Lehigh coach Dean Koski, who is tuning in because he's good friends with Tim Mulqueen. It's one of the great things about this package for USL Championship. We get all kinds of people tuning in, Austin.
Yeah, just so easy to watch. I know my family's at home watching.
Miller will earn a corner kick. Corner kick, North Carolina FC, brought to you by Jasmine and Olives.
This will probably be the last play of the half, and you know NCFC would love to steal one here going into the break.
Fortune has Abadawi. Memphis will send two over, and Baxter and Buckmaster to keep an eye on those two. Fortune's going to hit it. Fortune hit hard off of Liam Doyle's head, and they'll get one more Jasmine and Olive's corner kick. Liam Doyle. Easy to pick out is Dre Fortune. Wasn't just Perez with a good opportunity. Fortune had a good opportunity. I think, Austin, you broke that down really well. It wasn't that easy because there was a defender in the way. Tried to curl it in. Here's Fortune now. Miller makes a near post run. It goes deeper. Trying to find Manny Perez and clear it out of there. And that will be the whistle. Quick thoughts on the first half with Memphis leading 1-0.
Yeah, I think NCFC probably the better team, more of the ball and some really high quality chances. But at the end of the day, all that matters is Memphis got the goal and they've withstood pressure. NCFC has work to do in the second half.
When we come back, we'll take a look around USL Championship. Your halftime score: Memphis 901 FC 1, North Carolina FC, your home team, 0.
We see you, doing your part by looking out for all of us. And though you may have lost sight of your own well-being, Aetna never did. By setting up virtual monitoring for chronic patients, 24-hour telemedicine visits, and mental health resources for everyone, we're always here to help you focus on your health. Because it's always time for care.
In North Carolina, we get up before the sun rises and stay up into the wee hours of the night. We believe in working hard and playing harder. Behind every meal, there's a farmer, and behind every farmer, there's got to be NC, the official state identity program for North Carolina agricultural products. Look for the Got to Be NC logo wherever you shop or eat, and you'll know you're getting a quality product grown, raised, caught, or made in North Carolina.
Baker Roofing was founded in 1950, and for over 100 years, our guiding principle has been always good work. Through the years, we've honed the craftsmanship and artistry it takes to create a roof that looks great and stands the test of time. Our crews bring decades of experience to each project, and we draw on that experience to ensure our work meets or exceeds expectations. At Baker Roofing, we will always do good work.
Continental Tire has been a proud supporter of soccer for more than a decade. We've been there both on and off the field for some of the greatest celebrations. We've watched with you as the game and personalities have gotten bigger. We are proud to continue standing alongside you, supporting the game that gives us all so much. Together, we've shared thousands of incredible goals and celebrations. Here's to many more to come.
Thursday night soccer, WakeMed Soccer Park, Salem Stadium. Your halftime show presented by Aetna. Your halftime score: Memphis 901 FC 1, North Carolina FC 0. And we welcome you upstairs. Hello again, everybody. Dean Linke alongside the great Austin DeLuz. And Austin, this game is so important for both teams. What do you think Dave Sarakin is saying right now?
It's tough because I actually think there's a lot to be happy about. I think that some good play, some really good quality chances, but when the pressure's on and your back's against the wall, the results haven't been going your way, all that matters is the scoreboard. And right now, NCFC's down 1-0 in a game that they have to win. So I'm sure he's having words. I'm sure he's trying to get the boys going and to just keep doing what they've been doing.
Obviously, folks, we're dealing with unprecedented times. We once again salute all of those medical folks on the front line for all they're doing during this pandemic. It also is a time of social injustice. Remember, we had that break at 7 minutes in. USL Championship is all over it. Let's take a look.
The United Soccer League and its 47th championship in League One clubs stand united in support of diversity, inclusivity,
'Equality' and compassion. 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 'Equality' and
Together, we can make a difference. Together, we can create change. Together, we are united against racism.
Over to Richards. Left foot, and Brett Richards with an amazing strike. On the right foot, a curling effort. Oh, what a goal for the Battery!
Saved and cleared off the line. What a play by Tampakin.
Thought he might have been pulled back. Play continues.
Shot is lined up here. Oh, it's fantastic. Sensational.
Floats this to the back post. What a save. Romero denies Orozco.
Nice recovery. Suarez eyes on Restrepo. Ooh, fires one home. FC Tulsa strikes first in the opening half hour.
For this organization.
Here's a shot, and it curls near post at the death.
Great job on and off the field by USL Championship. This is the Aetna halftime show. Memphis 901 FC with a 1-0 lead over North Carolina FC. Dean Linke with Austin DeLuz as we get you updated on the standings. This game is so important. I keep saying that over and over, AD.
Yeah, the two teams obviously at the bottom half of this group still in the mix for the playoff spot, but we've repeated it over and over again. These two games this weekend, starting with tonight, just massively important for each of these teams.
Take a look at the upcoming schedule for the weekend. As we told you earlier, the only game in town right now. Break down those games.
Yeah, Charleston and Tampa, really exciting game. Two teams that are both on form. Tampa Bay especially has been sort of a front runner in the league so far this season. Louisville and St. Louis, another exciting game. That's a tough group with Louisville, St. Louis, and Indy and Sporting 2. It's been an exciting one. Louisville had a rough start to the season, but has clawed their way back, and they're at the top of that group right now, so that should be an exciting one as well.
All right, those are games coming up this weekend. These two teams will meet again on Sunday. Let's take a look at the USL storylines brought to you by the great Brian Ware. San Antonio, as you see, their goal scorer tying that historic record. Sacramento on a roll. Of course, they'll go MLS. USL Championship has a great track record of propping up teams to MLS. And look at Louisville City, led by your former teammate. Are you kidding me? On the team of the week, Corbin Bone, a do-it-all midfielder getting it done.
Yeah, he's a baller. He's a baller. Anybody who's played with him knows it, and they've been awesome to watch in the last month or so. They've really come around. John Hackworth has done a great job of leading that team, like I said, back to the top of that group.
Two players from Charlotte on the team of the week. Dane Kelly, all he does is score at 3 against North Carolina FC, and Brandon Miller, 6 saves over 2 games. Dylan Mayers for El Paso, also very strong. Taking a look at the upcoming schedule for both these teams. Every game important. Of course, you know that they've got a game coming up as well. They're going to meet back here on Sunday.
Yeah, every game in this 5-game stretch is huge. None of them are easy. The ones against NCFC, for obvious reasons, are big in terms of that 6-point swing that we keep referencing. And they're chasing Charlotte and Birmingham right now, so those games obviously really big too.
Upcoming schedule for North Carolina FC. As you see, they had to move things around, so they had to slide a little bit, but they'll be back here on Sunday to take on Memphis.
Yeah, back on Sunday to take on Memphis, and then 2 really key games moving forward. If they are able to get positive results this weekend, or 2 games against Charlotte at home, I think are ones to look forward to in terms of the rivalry and what those games mean in this group play.
It's your Aetna halftime show. We're going to step aside and come back with highlights in your second half kick. At halftime, it's Memphis 901 FC 1 and North Carolina FC 0.
Select Therapy is focused on patient safety now more than ever before. Select's centers remain open and offer a safe environment for you to receive physical therapy services. You don't need a doctor's referral to begin care and start feeling better today. Select Physical Therapy also offers telerehab, so you can easily connect with a licensed therapist through web-based technology that is HIPAA compliant, right from the comfort of your home. Visit selectphysicaltherapy.com to schedule an appointment. Select Physical Therapy, the power of physical therapy.
How's it going?
Good. I'm just working on some IRB stuff.
Your office, wherever you are. Let's make working from anywhere work for you.
There's a special place just for kids, where inpatient, outpatient, and children's emergency care comes from people who love what they do, almost as much as who they do it for. WakeMed Children's. Your kids, your choice.
Selling your home often comes at a cost. Many realtors charge commissions of 6%, which seriously cuts into your profits. But with Daymark Realty, part of Coastal Credit Union, you can sell for an unbelievably low commission rate of 4.5%. Plus, professional staging and photography are included. Find out how Daymark and Coastal have saved members millions in fees and offer a better way to bank.
Continental Tire has been a proud supporter of soccer for more than a decade. We've been there both on and off the field for some of the greatest celebrations. We've watched with you as the game and personalities have gotten bigger. We are proud to continue standing alongside you, supporting the game that gives us all so much. Together, we've shared thousands of incredible goals and celebrations. Here's to many more to come.
Welcome back to the Aetna Halftime Show. Memphis 901 FC on top of North Carolina FC by a score of 1-0 through 45 minutes. As we welcome you back upstairs alongside Austin DeLuz, I'm Dean Linke. Great to be with you, and we salute the fans all over USL Championship. Austin DeLuz, let's go to work and take a look at the highlights. And you're going to see the goal, of course, from Memphis, but you're going to see some good play from North Carolina FC.
Yeah, really good from the start. Good combination. There's Dre Fortune slipping one in behind. Fortunate deflection. Haji Berry tries to get the finish, but just puts it over the bar. But a good start from Haji Berry and from NCFC. Kind of set the tone early on. Here's Keanu Marsh-Brown, who's active on that right side, pushing Akeem Ward off the ball, and he fires one at that near post. Alex Tambakis probably had it covered, but a dangerous chance nonetheless. And there's a good ball in behind for DJ Taylor. He loves to connect with Dre Fortune, and Dre can't turn this one on frame, but he loves that position. He loves that trailing run. He's going to want that one back. And here's Nazmi Abdawi starting the counter into Haji Berry. Haji Berry slips Manny Perez, and we see Manny's pace separates him. A decent finish and a really, really, really good save from Jimmy Haig. He gets his foot on this one, because if that one's in the back of the net, I'm not sure that we see this next one here. The ball from Baxter into Mensingen, who brings it down. Tons of skill, 1v1, beats Akeem Ward and just fires that one into the back of the net. And that's just great 1v1 play right there for Mensingen. Not too much else to say about it.
No, rocket shot from the Brazilian Rafael Mensingen, 1-0 Memphis.
Yeah, but NCFC, to their credit, responded and created a couple more chances. Dre again popping up in a spot that he loves. Tries to bend that one into the far post, and it's going to be a difficult finish with the defender in the path of the ball, and ends up going a little bit too far wide. NCFC kept pushing, and they're going to have to keep pushing for another 45, because we keep saying it, but their backs are against the wall. It's do or die. It's do or die in terms of finding that playoff spot.
Austin, you talked quite a bit about it, the possession in favor of North Carolina FC, but it's just that final connection right in front of the goal.
Yeah, I think possession is something that hasn't been an issue throughout the season. We've seen that number, or in similar numbers in each game, but it's being better in each box that matters right now for NCFC.
Your halftime stats brought to you by Select Physical Therapy. As you see the goal scorer from Brazil wearing number 14. We kind of forgot about him as we were thinking about Marsh Brown and Watson and Birch in the back and everybody else. And boom, what a great ball. Neatly trapped and then a beautiful finish.
Yeah, he flew under the radar. We were talking a lot about quite a few of the other players, but like we said, a fantastic 1v1 play.
All right, so we understand there might be sick player on the field. Try to figure that out as we handle all the safety protocols.
Yeah, I think in this climate, that's a little bit alarming, but it's not something that I haven't seen before. You know, when it's hot and these guys are covering a lot of ground, fitness becomes an issue. And
so we're going to clean the field up a little bit before we start the second half. It's Coffee going to show the trainer. Unprecedented times, Austin Duluth. It is just, we got to do it together, right? Everything, including this right here.
Yep, we'll get through it.
I think the trainer's going to get some different equipment to perhaps handle the situation.
Obviously, you don't want to make light of the situation with everything going on, but I'm sure Kofi's a little bit embarrassed about that one right now with all the focus on him. You can see him there trying to laugh it off. I wonder what the pregame meal was.
So the referee going to help out. If you're just tuning in, it's 1-0. We were getting ready to start the second half, and Kofi apparently had something unsettling, as Austin Duluth very articulately said. It's very hot out here, and so apparently he threw up just a little bit, and that's what the cleanup is all about. And during these unprecedented times, safety first.
Yeah, usually you try to get that one done at halftime inside. I've seen that quite a few times. It hasn't happened as many out on the field, I don't think, but here we go.
All right, so hopefully Kofi from Ivory Coast is okay. He stays in there. We did see Marius Lomas put a jersey on as if he's going to warm up and try to get ready. I also have Robbie Christo on the bench. There's Liam Doyle, who will knock it forward. Finds Baxter. Marsh Brown and Baxter. Garcia, Taylor. And Taylor rips it away. Good work by Taylor to find Manny Perez. That breakaway we showed you as part of our highlights during the Aetna halftime show, and that'll go out of bounds off of Perez and back to Memphis.
Yeah, Manny battling through a couple tackles there, trying to find that space on the right side. Just clips Kofi.
So Jimmy Haig was featured in our highlights, that big leg save on the attempt from Manny Perez.
Yeah, huge one. Huge save. Game changer for Memphis. Turn around and come down and get the goal.
Pushed forward and handled by Tim Bacchus. 47th minute. So Dave Sarakin, John Bradford, Mike McGinty, Nick Platter, getting the boys together at halftime. As Austin Duluth told you, they can't be totally disappointed. They've had great moments that you just saw as part of our halftime highlights. Now it's just a matter of kind of what he said in the Continental Tire pregame show, Continental Tire Coach's Corner, when he's like, it's always been one of the biggest dilemmas in soccer, right? Scoring goals, and it's kind of hanging over him a little bit, Austin.
Yeah, it's...
Here it is. This could be one for Barry. Barry down near the end line will give it back as he drops it. And Fortune cannot get his body over the ball. And the struggles continue, but great work by North Carolina FC.
Yeah, we sound like a broken record at this point, but just great combination play here. You see Manny Perez able to find Dre Fortune in the pocket, and really nice little touch into Haji Berry. Haji Berry decides to cut it back for Dre. And again, Dre not able to put it on frame in that same spot that we know he loves. Usually really clinical in those situations, and just not falling for him tonight.
Those were 3, 4, 5 quality touches, passes from North Carolina FC. They're looking dangerous, and you feel like one is coming here for the home team. You feel like the equalizer is in there.
Yeah, it's a great way to start the second half, you know, with quality build up and ending in a nice chance. Just got to sustain that momentum, keep pushing, keep the pressure on.
Marsh Brown. '49th minute. Birch off ahead of Abadawi. Baxter always knows where the open player is, Austin. I like him.
Yeah, smart player.
Good ball through. The goal scorer looking for a brace. Not on frame, but you get one, you're feeling it, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was a shot or a cross. I'm not sure if he knows either.
So we mentioned John Bradford. One of the great things, Austin Deleuze, you were able to witness firsthand as you see him closest to the screen with Mike McGinty leaning over, is he's also the technical director for NCFC Youth and the Academy. Of course, U.S. Soccer DAs goes away. So because of COVID, they decided to stick with ECNL. And on the boys and girls side, North Carolina FC and the North Carolina Courage, incredible work that they've done with big-time coaches. He heads it up, and then big-time players that have actually been rostered through amateur contracts this season, Austin.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, for kids in this area to have that opportunity to not only train with, you know, NCFC first team, Courage first team, but to have the opportunity to actually be a part of the first team and get games and minutes, as we've seen from Academy players in the past. It's really special. You know, there's several players on the field right now. Manny Perez, DJ Taylor, Dre Fortune, Connor Donovan, Nazmi Al-Badawi, all have been part of this club since they were very young. And that doesn't happen everywhere. You know, that's a special thing.
That is. And we also mentioned Adam Armour, who probably would be playing a little bit at left back if he wasn't over in the Bundesliga. Shane De Leon rostered with the first team. Trace Alpin, big-time goalkeeper. Luke Hilly, Colin McCamey, Curtis De Leon, the brother of Shane, big-time. Nick Holliday, 14 years old, who is the son of Corey Holliday, big-time football player at UNC. They say he's the real deal. Have you seen him, Austin? 14-year-old goalkeeper.
I haven't, no, but I'm excited to see him. You know, I love seeing these young players that are just high quality. I love seeing them come up through the ranks and end up here on this field. You know, I've known Dre and DJ since they were very young, and to see them out here, you know, it's something I don't ever take for granted because, like I said, it just doesn't happen everywhere. You know, you don't always have that opportunity. I didn't have that opportunity when I was a kid to climb through the ranks of my youth club up to the first team and be a professional.
Those are just some of them, as Coach McQueen's going to make some subs here for Memphis 901 FC. They have that 1-0 lead. And the very impressive Baxter, not a doctor, but it looked like a groin pull. Hopefully he's okay. He's good. Looks like they're going to bring on number 23, Leston Paul from Trinidad, 29-year-old. And then also into the game will be Cal Jennings, the 23-year-old from Georgia wearing 26. Perhaps left a little bit too early, but they'll wave him on. And then Dwayne Muckett, also from Trinidad. So Paul and Muckett from Trinidad will come on next opportunity.
Yeah, fresh legs coming in. See Coach Mulqueen trying to solidify this lead and get out of here with 3 points. Disappointing to see Baxter leave this early in the second half, though. We referenced him quite a few times, but he was fun to watch.
As these subs are going, I kind of want to put a bow on that story. I mean, Will Butte, who's going to NC State, has also been training with the team right now. And even Daniel Wu, who won a national championship at Georgetown last year. Of course, Georgetown not playing, so he's back.
Yeah.
Taking his classes and also weaving in. I love that.
Yeah, Daniel Wu is an excellent player. And like you said, he won that national championship for Georgetown right here on this field, which I'm sure was very special for him. But a good player with a really bright future. He spent a lot of time with the first team prior to going up to Georgetown. Big fan of him, very mature player.
A lot of those players will continue to play also for NCFC's under-23 team, which has been a transformation through USL. Used to be PDL. USL has done such an amazing job with League One and then League Two, which they're not going to do this year because of COVID, but what a great league. That's a cross! Oh my! Wide open! Perez over to Miller, and Miller, what a ball from Perez. I don't think the flag came up, did it?
No, I don't think so. And yeah, this is Manny Perez's bread and butter right here. Getting him behind into space, and he loves this curled ball in behind the back line. Stephen Miller on the back post. Makes good contact, but just puts it wide.
Wow, what a ball from Perez and Miller. It wasn't as easy to handle as you think, as a yellow card's going to come out right away, and I believe it's for one of the subs that just got into the game.
Yeah, Paul came through over the top on that one. Studs on Pekka there. Yeah, I'm sure that one hurt a little bit.
Memphis yellow card in the 50th.
So Paul gets the yellow. Pekka's been hit a couple times today.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, and I want to come back to that U23 team that you referenced. It's so important as that stepping stone between the youth academy and the first team, and so many of these players have spent time with that team in the past. You give a lot of credit to Dwan Bader, who coached that team for quite a long time, and now Tom Harris is heading it up. But you know, Connor Donovan, Alex Comcia, Nazmi Abadawi all spent time with that U23 team in the summers in between their college seasons, and just so big for development.
It's so great to have Coach Bradford tying it all together, as you mentioned, with Tom Harris and Mike Milazzo, Dwan Bader, and Henry Gutierrez, former NC State legend, Nathan Thackeray, who heads up goalkeepers for both the boys and girls at the top level for NCFC youth. Good people doing good things for soccer here in North Carolina. North Carolina FC, not one but two great opportunities here in the second half as they push for the equalizer. These two teams will meet again on Sunday. Birch. Pekka. All right, so 56th minute, and this is where we put the analyst hat on Austin Duluth. If you're Dave Sarakin, you know what you got on the bench. You know you got to get that equalizer. Things are looking pretty good, though, so you may not want to change. But when you do, what are you doing?
I think, you know, you probably bring on another striker. You've got Lomas and Robbie Cristo on the bench. So bring on another striker, another attacker, and just keep pushing. It's been a really good start to the second half. 2 high-quality chances in the first 10 minutes. Just keep pushing, keep trying to get people in the box. You don't want to panic, but you do want to see this urgency and intensity continue.
Alongside Austin Duluth, Dean Linke with you here. It's a rescheduled game as it's knocked out of bounds. Don't miss a minute of action in 2020. Sign up today and get alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for North Carolina FC and then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores. Dropped back. Abadawi. Appearance number 150 for this club. Dre Fortune. Over to DJ Taylor. Taylor knocking out the door. Good ball in to Manny Perez. And just missing. North Carolina FC dominant in the second half. Just looking for that elusive goal.
Yeah, more good play. Nazmi Abadawi making things happen here. Dre Fortune fires this one out to DJ Taylor, who hits this flat ball across to Manny Perez. And that's always going to be really difficult to finish because he's in front of that near post. So hard to turn that one back on frame. But again, good play.
Jimmy Haig to Zach Carroll, two former Spartans. Akeem Ward. Good ball by Ward. Could be a quick transition. Great dummy by Barry. Good communication. The setup is there. Miller making a run down the middle was Fortune. They don't give it to him. Now Abadawi. Now numbers behind. The white jerseys are there. Good break for North Carolina FC. Still on the attack. Manny Perez. Right foot. Across. Sent out of there by Doyle. They'll say no. Off of Barry. And it'll come back to Memphis.
Yeah, good counter there. Stephen Miller brought it up on the left side. Didn't like what he saw in front of him, so he pulled it back and swung it to the right side out to Manny Perez. And again, it was a difficult ball for Barry to deal with. It was a little bit behind him.
Second ball won by Memphis. They'll ping it. Will the flag stay down? It will. It was timed perfectly by the goal scorer. He'll send it across, but right to Tambakis. I wasn't sure if the flag was coming up or not, but it was timed perfectly.
Yeah, Akeem Ward playing a dangerous game out there on that left side, trying to hold that line. Mincingen timed his run perfectly, like you said.
Barry over to Perez. Lomas getting ready to check in for Dave Sarakin and the gang. Barry. Fortune. Back to Barry. He'll square up. Give it to Abadawi. Probing. North Carolina FC. Trying to find that opening. DJ Taylor on his left. Goes near post. Haig had it covered. It'll come back to Memphis. Since 19, let's take a look at this replay first, then we'll tell you about select.
Yeah, DJ cutting in on his left foot. Not a strong foot, but gets a shot off. I don't mind that. You've got to try to find a way to penetrate this back line, right? We've seen them get wide and get service in the box. It hasn't happened that way. So I don't mind DJ trying to pull them out a little bit with a long-range shot.
This portion of the game brought to you by Wake Ortho, voted as Raleigh's best orthopedic clinic. Wake Ortho is proud to serve the Wake County community. To learn more or to request an appointment, visit wakeortho.com. So Austin, we mentioned the birth of your young son a few weeks ago, Maxon. How about the birth of our favorite son, Jorge Acuna, 31 years ago? Celebrated a birthday just a couple days ago. Happy birthday to the VP of Broadcasting, Jorge Acuna.
Happy birthday, Jorge. He loves a shout out.
Sia over to Donovan. Memphis is going to stay in town. They're down the road in Durham. We can tell you that Lomas is going to come on for Stephen Miller, and that goes back to he was a great player, but he is showing that he's also an excellent analyst. You're right. You don't want to do a forward for forward when you're down one, right? You want to add a forward up there.
Yeah, and I think Haji Berry has actually been quite good so far this game. Been in the middle of a lot of the chances that have been created. So keeping him on the field and bringing on Lomas to sort of play off of him and be that finisher in the box makes sense.
DJ Taylor, Abadawi doesn't need a whole lot of room, was looking for a handball outside the 18, doesn't get it, but it'll stay in possession of North Carolina FC. Quick throw in from Ward. Everybody coming forward. Only Comcia and Donovan staying back right now. Abadawi's pass intercepted and then a whistle, and now we'll see if Lomas can make his way on. He's not the only sub, as Memphis is also going to make a change. It looks like Gonzalez, the third, is going to come on for Birch. Here comes Vice Captain Stephen Miller making way for Lomas. Of course, Stephen Miller thinking about that opportunity right from Manny Perez as Marius Lomas back in a North Carolina FC uniform.
Yeah, those ones always keep you up at night. A solid shift, but yeah, big plays like that are tough to let go.
So it's Kiana Marsh-Brown, who was our Aetna featured player, is going to come off. They're not taking Birch off, they're just moving him around.
Yeah, it looks like he's sliding into that center back spot next to Doyle. Buckmaster has made his way over to the left side.
All right, so we'll keep an eye on that. What looks like now a back five, right?
Yeah, I was just going to say. Good eye, Dean. So Carroll, Doyle, and Birch in those center back spots with Buckmaster and Gonzalez in those wing back spots.
Turnover. Buckmaster's on it. Buckmaster. Tackle coming in from Fortune, who's going to get a yellow card. So a yellow card coming to Dre Fortune.
Yeah, no complaints about that one. Just trying to stop the counter.
So as they set up, I can tell you that since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Alpaca Peruvian free kick for the visitors from Memphis. Birch with that great left foot that Austin Lewis told you about. Sliding his head in there was Donovan. Birch will have another opportunity. Good ball driven, headed across, pops in the air, pinging around, still loose, and Tambakis in the right place. Otherwise, it's 2-0. Great effort from Memphis.
Yeah, big save there from Alex Tambakis. See here, Birch whipped that one out to Mensing, and Mensing with a good first-time header into the box and bounces around, and Jennings turns and gets the shot off, and Alex Tambakis there to keep it out.
Plenty of time left, 66th minute. We are anticipating another hydration break as well. Two phenomenal opportunities to match two phenomenal opportunities. Four really quality shots in combination in the first half and second half. Austin Lewis, 2 in the first, 2 in the second for North Carolina FC.
Yeah, they've created more in this game than I think we've seen them create most of the games we've watched this season. Still looking for that finish. Good combination there between Haji Berry and Akeem Ward. Akeem draws the foul, and dangerous set piece here.
Akeem Ward back in the lineup after serving an extra game. Fortune. I think he's thinking about a shot here. Lomas is going to take it instead. Lomas deflected. Come again. So Fortune makes way for Lomas. Lomas gets 2 cracks at it and then gets the foul. Have you seen Lomas hit those in practice last year? Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's capable of hitting set pieces. I think that one's tough. It's sort of in between that shot and cross area, right? You're not quite sure. It's a little far for a shot. It's got to be something really, really special to find the back of the net from that range. But it's also difficult to put in a good cross. You just don't have a ton of space to work with.
Good effort here from Memphis to try to keep possession. Tim McQueen going to his bench quite a bit here and putting 3 center backs. Along that back line, trying to set up a fortress. Taylor. Possession right now for North Carolina FC. Memphis has no problem. North Carolina FC passing it around. It's a line of 6 right now for Memphis. Here's Manny Perez, going to try to break down that line. Good move. Perez crosses. Deflected away there by Memphis 901 FC.
Yeah, it's just going to get more and more difficult to break them down after they made that adjustment to 5 at the back.
Anticipating a hydration break here soon. One nothing your halftime score. 1-0 your score right now, 69 minutes in. Now remember, also, if you joined us late when they came out for halftime, Kofi got sick on the field, so they had to spend some time cleaning that up, but it did not affect the clock that you're seeing on your screen. This is dangerous here, trying to get the brace. Minzigan will drop it off, and a shot too high from Jennings. Minzigan has been a handful.
He has, yeah, and that's the game you play when you're pushing for a goal. You open yourself up to counters like that. You can see Akeem Ward was getting high on that left side, and it left Minzigan wide here and not able to get that one on frame, but again, a dangerous counter from Memphis.
That's the goal scorer, wearing number 14, as you see, number 70, Matt Hundley from Littleton, Colorado, the 20-year-old, getting ready to come into the game. Again, you talk about connections to Tim Howard. Matt Hundley joined 901 FC on loan from the Colorado Rapids, where, of course, Tim Howard had been the last several years. The young attacker spent 2019 on loan at the Rapids' own affiliate in Colorado Springs after signing a homegrown player contract with the Denver-based outfit. Played 30 games last year for the Switchbacks.
Yeah, good, exciting young player with youth national team experience.
So on comes Matt Hundley, and on comes again the connection to Tim Howard, which, you know, you see Landon Donovan doing great things out in San Diego. Tim Howard, I mean, you could put those two in any of your top 5 all-time U.S. soccer greats, right? And here they are promoting USL Championship and doing it in a big way.
Yeah, it's awesome to see, you know, players of such high stature get involved in this league. I think DeMarcus Beasley is another guy who's getting involved in USL. Some big names that see the value in the league, trying to grow the game.
It's going to be wide open here for now. 72nd minute as Tambakis will come off his line and slide before Jennings can get there. It's going to open up on the counter, but you can see right now, right after that, once North Carolina FC gets possession, all the white jerseys head back toward the 18.
Yeah, they're getting back, getting organized.
Barry has stayed busy. Ward, Doyle mishit it. It's loose. Lomas trying to do something with it. Ben Spees, who snuck into the game.
Yeah, Ben Spees came on for Pekka, and that's kind of a kitchen sink move from Dave Sarakin. Putting all your attacking eggs in one basket.
Ben Spees turns. No problem for Jimmy Haig. Yeah, Nazmi Abadawi essentially sitting in that holding spot, but a player that can come forward as an attacker, more attack-minded than Pekka. And you're right, that great reference to kitchen sink Austin Luz. He has to right now, right?
Yeah, I mean, he told us earlier today it's must win. I wasn't going to say it, but he said it. He recognizes the importance of the game, the urgency of the situation.
To his credit, he said he's not saying that to put any more pressure on his players. It's just more kind of understanding the math and where you go from here. I think if you can come back, if you can't get this, well, one, if you can get the equalizer and at least get one, that's huge. If you can't, and you can wipe the 3 away on Sunday, then you just got to charge forward, right, for the remainder of the season, win on the road and win out and see what shakes out.
Yeah, not easy. Not easy to do. I think those 2 games at home against Charlotte still give you a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel if things don't go your way this weekend, but obviously would love to get off on the right foot with results tonight and Sunday.
Ball in. Lomas, nice little touch. Spees coming over. Lomas battling. Cleaned up by Birch. Great hold-up work there by Jennings. Remember that as here comes the counter going the other way. Here's Hundley, the youngster. Hundley in. Hundley crosses over. Hundley takes a shot. Oh, my! And it's 2-0. You talked about his ability, and Memphis leads it.
Yeah, good. We said it when he came on. Exciting young player. Uses his pace on the counter. And we referenced it a few minutes ago. Anytime you're chasing the game and looking for a goal, you open yourself up to situations like this. And an excellent hold-up play here from Cal Jennings. Uses his body strong. And there's Tommy McCabe, springs Hundley in on the right side. And Hundley has a lot to do here still. Alex Comcia recovers, but Hundley makes that cut inside and a good left-footed finish.
Wow.
Again, right before the hydration break. Just a dagger after so many quality chances and good play on the other end.
Finger looking good from Hundley, off the bench and in. You said he was something special. That was everything right there, right? But you know what, Austin, I don't mean to interrupt you, but Jennings has got to get credit, and so does McCabe.
Yeah, Tommy McCabe. I mean, it's a little play, right? It seems like a simple ball, but you know, it springs the whole thing. And like I said, Hundley still has a ton to do when he receives it. But those are fresh legs. You could see the way that NCFC was tracking back. I mean, they did a good job to recover, but the fresh legs won out in the end.
Let's go back to our Continental Tire keys to the game. And I want to go back to this keep and hold a lead, because that has been the major bugaboo, for lack of a better word, for Memphis, right? They get a lead and looks like they've got 3 points and give it back. They may have used that key right there with that second goal from Hundley.
Yeah, consecutive goals are so important. You know, so often they win games, but I'm sure that Memphis is not taking anything for granted here. They've seen enough this season to know that this game's not over yet. 15 minutes left plus stoppage time, and NCFC with another attacking player coming on, and Robbie Christo.
So Robbie Christo, after the Chala-La hydration break, will sneak on there. This portion of the game brought to you by Continental Tire. No matter where the summer takes you, Continental Tire provides the confidence to get you there. Continental Tire, official sponsor of North Carolina FC. Visit them at continentaltire.com. 77th minute, we'll have plenty of added time, but it's now 2-0. Memphis on top of the home team, North Carolina FC, as part of this rescheduled game that was supposed to be played last Saturday. They play tonight and they play again on Sunday right here on ESPN+. Comcia. Lomas, turning Lomas. Deflected there, and Haig will clean it up. Big note coming down from the aforementioned birthday boy Jorge Acuna, and that is the North Carolina Courage back in action as part of the NWSL Fall Series. Will play 3:30 on CBS. That's your regular CBS, as Jennings continues to be a handful, gets through Comcia and still keeps possession, drops it back over. As Jennings interrupted my plug for the North Carolina Courage and Houston Dash, winners of the NWSL Challenge Cup. That's 3:30 on CBS, Austin. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's great. It's such a cool, such great exposure for the NWSL to be on CBS, and after such a successful Challenge Cup earlier in the season, to be able to get back on the field and continue playing and continue that momentum is awesome. I know they had to shuffle a few things because of the wildfires out on the West Coast, and obviously thinking about everyone affected by those and hoping that everyone's staying safe, but a great opportunity for the North Carolina Courage and the Houston Dash to showcase the league on CBS.
On Saturday. Got to make sure people know that. Saturday. They were going to play on Friday, but with that CBS pocket open and some fire issues out on the West Coast, the game now coming to Cary, North Carolina. Saturday, 3:30, North Carolina Courage and Houston Dash. This one still has some time left. You put one away right here, Austin, to lose, and anything can happen.
Yeah, a lot of time left in this game, and they're going to be looking for Robbie Christo a lot in these last 10 minutes, especially on set pieces like this. We saw him do it quite a few times last season, coming off the bench and giving the team a spark, finding the back of the net in limited minutes.
So another Jasmine and Olive's corner kick. Fortune trying to find the head of Christo. Don't forget these two teams back in action 6 o'clock on Sunday. North Carolina FC and Memphis 901 FC. That'll be a day after the North Carolina Courage face the Houston Dash. That one knocked around. It'll be another Jasmine and Olive's corner kick, but from the other side. Fans, you can follow North Carolina FC and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN+, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the nearly 8 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN+ and watch the championship live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Fortune from the other side. Lomas makes the run, then backs up. Lomas over his head. I thought that was on point. Comcia, great tackle. Remember that tackle if they can score here. Manny Perez looking for options. He'll give it back to Fortune. Fortune taking a look. Deflected off of Doyle. Perez has had a good game. Two 2-0, Memphis on top of North Carolina FC. Ben Spees. Spees keeps it. Spees, who works with Carlos Samuano, the top man for University of North Carolina Tar Heels. Doyle snaps it. And Manny Perez taken down. It'll be a free kick opportunity and a dangerous one for North Carolina FC.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of players that want to bite at this one. Really good first touch here from Manny Perez to bring it down. He sells the fake. He cuts it onto his left foot. Gonzalez just dives in there and catches Manny Perez. This is a dangerous spot. You can see the conversation happening here.
Abadawi, Fortune. It looks like Abadawi may have overruled Dre Fortune. So Nazmi Abadawi, appearance number 150, wants to take this one. Abadawi, the captain's going to take it. It'll be a corner kick. Corner kick, North Carolina FC. Austin, you were on point when you said a lot of people wanted to take this one. Maybe not the happiest Thanksgiving meal right there.
No, I mean,
Fortune drives it in. Break that down, Austin.
Yeah, it's tough. You want to see players who want the big moment and want the ball in situations like that, but at the same time, it's just something that's got to get sorted out a little bit quicker.
Cristo turns on it. It'll come back. Referee calling for the trainer as well as the Memphis players down 84th minute. So, you know, Dave Sarakin will make sure the referee keeps an eye on the time. It's Liam Doyle. So Doyle, the big man, played for John Bloom at Ohio State. Down on the ground.
See Haig here coming out for the punch, and he might just catch Doyle in the back of the head. You can hear Tim Mulqueen. He's saying he can stay on. He doesn't want to lose his center back for any amount of time here, even if it's just a few seconds.
So here we go, 85th minute. We will have plenty of added time for North Carolina FC to see if they can't squeeze a couple in here quickly. Ward trying to find Taylor. Good work by Buckmaster. Manny Perez has stayed in there. One of his better games. Yes, it's 2-0, but North Carolina FC does not look like a team that is beaten. They look like a team that created a lot of opportunities, just snake bit in front of the cage.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's tough to take too many positives away when you're in this situation at this point in the season, even though playing well, creating a lot of chances. The result is what matters.
Corner kick. Good ball, Cristo's in, and how about North Carolina FC? Robbie Cristo pulls one back.
There it is. We've seen it time and time again. We talked about it earlier. Ben Spees with a great ball here just at the top of the six, and Robbie Cristo rises above everybody, and nobody can do anything about that. Jimmy Haig is hung out to dry. That's a big, big goal for Robbie Cristo, who's been in and out of the lineup.
So that is huge because there's plenty of time. I got to believe there's 10 minutes of actual playing time left in this one.
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing.
Remember those keys for Memphis, keeping and holding a lead. North Carolina FC. Can they find the equalizer? What a beautiful ball to the head of Cristo.
Yeah, really good ball. Dangerous. You could see Jimmy Haig started to come and then change his mind, and that's the sign of a great service, is when the goalkeeper can't decide what to do.
Spees. There it is to Cristo. He was open. Oh, my. He was open inside the 6. Are they calling for a handball? I'm not quite sure, Austin.
Yeah, it seems like they were definitely some calls for a handball. I'm not sure. I didn't get a clear look at it, a little bit too far away, but Robbie Cristo headed that one down into the ground. It bounced up, and Liam Doyle was there to block it.
There it is, flying across, coming forward. Sorry, Austin, to lose, but right now that was Donovan looking for the equalizer.
Yeah, we'll get a good look here. The first one, another excellent service from Ben Spees into this back post. Robbie Cristo pulling away, heads it down, and now no handball there, just into Liam Doyle's thigh. And here's the second one, Dre Fortune, another great ball. Connor Donovan can't flick that one on frame. He gets a little bit too much of it.
How about the space right now that North Carolina FC is finding here in the final moments? Whistle against Memphis 901 FC. This is going to be some nervous Nelly moments for the visitors from Memphis indeed, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yellow card on Jennings. Pretty clear instructions from Coach McQueen to Mr. Jennings. Here's Taylor.
Even if this stadium was full, I think we'd still be able to hear him.
Great ball in. Spees has been good. Off the bench, Spees crosses. Top of the 6. Cleared out of there by Carroll. Fortune, clean trap. He'll give it back to Abadawi. Now here's Comcia. Back to Ward. It's all leaning North Carolina FC as they search for that equalizer. Ward, little touch. Ward. Knocked away. Ben Spees, another good ball off the head of Doyle. Ben Spees driving balls in, lofting them in, delivering great balls.
Yeah, excellent service. 3 in a row there from Ben Spees.
'90th minute.
Yeah, we're about to see how much is going to be added on.
Spees fighting for it. Off the head of Perez. Oh, and I thought Abadawi was going to be there, but too far away and just cleared out of there. Have you seen how many minutes yet?
No, I think they're about to put it up.
Wow. 9 minutes, Austin. So that means we were off 4 minutes, right?
Yeah, that's more than I thought.
9 minutes.
Won't be anybody disappointed by that on the NCFC bench.
Yeah, indeed. Sent over. Crystal's got his head on it. Crystal's been a handful, even with those giant center backs back there, still in possession. Manny Perez cleans it up. Abadawi, lofted ball, headed back. Taylor's open! North Carolina FC! DJ Taylor!
The big man. Dean, did you have DJ Taylor with a headed goal in the 90-something minute on your bingo card tonight?
Ryan Jernigan had him in the pregame show, right? Fitz did, one of them did. What a finish right there. It was, as you said, the kitchen sink coming forward. And remember, you go back to those keys, right? Memphis trying to hold the lead, and they had the 2-0 lead, and we're tied here at 2.
Yeah, it's been coming. All second half, you could just feel it. Memphis was just kind of walking a fine line, giving up a lot of quality chances. And I'll tell you what, there's plenty of time to go win this game for NCFC.
Plenty of time indeed. 9 minutes of added time brought to you by Citrix. I want to thank Citrix and all the great sponsors of North Carolina FC. What an amazing final minutes here. 2-0. We pop up the Continental Tire keys, Austin Deleuze, during that hydration break. And here comes North Carolina FC. How about them?
Yeah, I don't think we're done yet. I think we got plenty of time to see some more fireworks.
Offside called against Memphis. You can hear somebody saying one more goal.
Yeah, everybody on the field, I think, is aware of the situation that both of these teams are in. A draw doesn't do much for anybody here.
Boy, remember, after the break, because of this horrific pandemic, they went down to Tampa, fell behind 2-0, and Cristo and Fortune with the equalizers. That was huge. Now it's 2-2 Spees, feeling it, sends that one into the night.
Yeah, Dre Fortune's doing a really good job of picking these passes out in between the lines.
Let's take a look at the save of the game presented by Coastal Federal Credit Union. Alex Tambakis.
Yeah, big save here on Cal Jennings, turning, getting that shot off. Keeping this one within reach, just like we've seen Alex Tambakis do so many times.
Abadawi. Garcia. Donovan over to Ward. Comcia. There could be another one coming. Fortune will drop it to Lomas. Lomas still loose. Still loose. Could be a corner kick. Corner kick. North Carolina FC.
That's really smart. Smart play there from Marios Lomas, but the execution let him down a little bit.
Great execution from our crew. Kyle Lang's gang, Joe Ferrara, Paul Beam, outstanding. Great to have Savannah, Rosanna, Dana, Revel back. The youngster Colin Thrash, Ian Lang getting it done on replay. Brian Ware, Curtis Adams, Chris Walsh, Ethan Ferrara, great on camera. Tim Arms making it look pretty. I give them thumbs up 2 times over, Austin Deleuze.
Great job as always.
So Birch, we talked about him being a veteran, humid, hot, strange times, not easy right now. Austin Deleuze, you like being up here right now?
Yeah, it's great.
I'm talking about compared to being down there in this heat.
No, I would be looking a lot like Mark Birch is looking right now if I was down there.
Dave Sarakin, after that second goal, you saw some emotion from Dave Sarakin on the sideline, and you could feel it, frustration, but boy, the team responded behind him and the coaching staff.
Yeah, Dave is usually so even-keeled and does a great job of kind of keeping everybody, you know, positive and upbeat even when things aren't going well, and you could see the emotion there. That's just a night where things haven't been going your way, and all of a sudden the tide changes, and as a coach, you just got to love to see that, see your team sort of will their way back into a game.
Another Jasmine and Olive's corner kick. Can they get 3 unanswered? Looking for Lomas. Cristo was in the back. There's the talented Hundley who gave Memphis that 2-0 lead. So now going the other way. Memphis could easily do it, and then tackled from behind right there. DJ Taylor, who got that second goal, comes in, and a yellow card for DJ Taylor.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, that's an important tackle. You never want to see, cynical play like this, but again, another counter. Gonzalez springing, and he had runners in the middle of the field. They had numbers up. And DJ Taylor just looking to salvage the result there.
Our Citrix extra time, you can see 9 minutes. I think they're going to go 10, honestly.
Yeah, with Birch going down there, they're probably going to add a little bit more on, or I would hope that they would.
Doyle, good cross with his head. Give Memphis credit. They're now going for it here after surrendering that 2-0 lead. Carroll thought maybe he was going to go ahead and take a shot. Said he'll give it up to Hundley. Hundley now, the youngster, just 20 years old, has the second goal. Hundley stays with it. Oh! A shocker from Memphis and Hundley, and it's 3-2. What a goal!
This is about as good as it gets from the young man right here. Hundley collects the ball on the outside of the box, takes DJ Taylor on 1v1. A little step over, gets it on his left foot. And that is an excellent finish to the far post. Through traffic. Huge, huge goal from Hundley for Memphis 901 FC.
Big hug for his assistant coach, and Hundley, second goal of the match. What a brilliant goal. This one's still not over though, folks, as Fortune will win it back. Fortune's gonna square it. Abadawi cuts it back. You feel like there could be an answer coming right here. They try to find Cristo. Manny Perez, for my money, has been the man of the match for North Carolina FC. Taylor back over, trying to find Cristo. It's loose. Cristo keeps it. And now they'll say rode up on his hand. We've seen a lot of great moments from Manny Perez, and it's about kind of doing it for 90 plus, right? As we think about our Coastal Federal Credit Union man of the match, Manny Perez this time, Austin.
Yeah, I got to give him credit. This is the best that we've seen him this season. I think he was very active on the right side, put in some great service into the box. It's progress. He's moving forward, getting back to the Manny Perez that we know that he can be.
Hundley, the second and third goal. And Austin DeLuz, you said it moments ago, and I didn't know how to react. You're like, a tie really doesn't mean anything. And I wasn't thinking this way, right? And Hundley comes back, and talk about just poking the bull right there, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's 3 goals against the run of play, right? I mean, really all game, NCFC dominant, possession, chances. But Memphis, to their credit, they've stayed in it. They've fought. You can see Tim Mulqueen is about to have a heart attack that this game is still going on right now. We're about 100.5 minutes in.
Oh my, it almost felt a Lomas right there, and Doyle came over. Spees, you feel like the referee's gonna give the team in blue one more opportunity with everything that has gone on here. And here it might come, oh, if Cristo is able to handle that, Manny Perez is open on the right side. You can see the coach screaming for more time here. Sent in, Fortune trying to find both Cristo, and that might do it right there as they were looking for the equalizer. Referee looks at his watch, and there it is, your final score. Memphis 901 FC 3, North Carolina FC 2. Your thoughts, Austin?
A wild one. Really, really wild. You know, just roller coaster, and that man right there, Hundley. Huge, huge moment for a young player, putting Memphis on his back and willing them to a victory that seemed like it was gone when NCFC came from 2 goals behind to tie it up and looked like they could go win it in the last 7 or 8 minutes.
So your got to be NC Agriculture final score. Memphis 901 FC behind 2 goals from the youngster Hundley, 3 North Carolina FC. They came all the way back, but they leave defeated by a score of 3-2. For Austin DeLuz, our great crew under Kyle Lang, Jorge Acuna, and the gang, I'm Dean Linke saying so long from Wake Met Soccer Park and Salem Stadium, where your final score, USL championship style, Memphis 901 FC 3, North Carolina FC 2.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.
We see you, doing your part by looking out for all of us. And though you may have lost sight of your own well-being, Aetna never did. By setting up virtual monitoring for chronic patients, 24-hour telemedicine visits, and mental health resources for everyone, we're always here to help you focus on your health. Because it's always time for care.
Select Physical Therapy is focused on patient safety now more than ever before. Select's centers remain open and offer a safe environment for you to receive physical therapy services. You don't need a doctor's referral to begin care and start feeling better today. Select Physical Therapy also offers telerehab, so you can easily connect with a licensed therapist through web-based technology that is HIPAA compliant, right from the comfort of your home. Visit selectphysicaltherapy.com to schedule an appointment. Select Physical Therapy, the power of physical therapy.
Baker Roofing was founded in 1950, and for over 100 years, our guiding principle has been always good work. Through the years, we've honed the craftsmanship and artistry it takes to create a roof that looks great and stands the test of time. Our crews bring decades of experience to each project, and we draw on that experience to ensure our work meets or exceeds expectations. At Baker Roofing, we will always do good work.
At Coastal, we believe it shouldn't take a lot of money to save a lot of money. Many banks require minimum deposits for certificates that are quite an investment. But with Coastal, you only need $250 to start saving. Plus, you get rates that are seriously competitive. Find out how a certificate from Coastal can help you save more for less money.
There's a special place just for kids, where inpatient, outpatient, and children's emergency care comes from people who love what they do, almost as much as who they do it for. WakeMed Children's. Your kids, your choice.
And for over 100 years, our guiding principle has been always good work. Through the years,
Drama, excitement, passion, in the end for the home team, heartbreak. North Carolina FC down 2-0. They come back and tie it, only to see the youngster Hundley score the winner late, 3-2. Your final score got to be NC Agriculture scoreboard. Memphis gets the 3 points. And hello, everybody. I'm Dean Linke with the great Austin DeLuz. And Austin, you heard it, passion, emotion, and heartbreak, all of it.
Yeah, heartbreak, I think, is the perfect word. You know, to start, you know, you go 2-0 down, and the way things have been going for NCFC, you think that the game might be gone, but then to claw your way back, get the 2 goals, and to look like you might go win the game, and to go from there to losing it late, it's truly heartbreaking, and all you can do is move on to Sunday, and like you said during the game, try to cancel this one out, but it's tough.
Let's go to work and show you the highlights in this one. There is a whole lot to see, a lot of action.
Yeah, and here we see the first goal from Memphis, a great ball from Baxter in behind to Mensingen, and 1v1, we'll see this again later, but he cuts in on his left foot, and a strong finish to that near post past Alex Nembakis. And again, against the run of play, Memphis steals one. And Mensingen was a guy who was very active all night. Here's some combination play from NCFC. We saw that all night. Dre Fortune popping up in the box and trying to bend this one to the far post. Can't tuck it in, and this was kind of how things went for NCFC throughout the game. Good chances, not able to find the back of the net. Manny Perez into Dre Fortune, combining with Haji Berry. Again, popping up, putting that one over the bar. And you can see the frustration. That was early on. Manny Perez again, he was active all night in behind to Stephen Miller. And that was probably the best quality chance up until the goals. Here we see late Cal Jennings turning, getting a shot on goal, and Alex Nembakis with a huge save to keep this one within reach for NCFC.
Yeah, that was your Coastal Credit Union save of the game for Alex Nembakis. That was huge.
Cal Jennings here with the strong hold-up play. Tommy McKay picking it up and springing Hundley in on the outside. And the young man using his pace, covering a lot of ground. Cool, calm, collected finish, left foot. And that looks familiar. We will see that again late.
Matt Hundley, part of the Colorado Rapids. Tim Howard knew him there, brought him in, and he delivered.
But NCFC wasn't done. Manny Perez wins a free kick here. Nazmi Al-Madawi can't get that one up over the wall. But they kept knocking, and Ben Spees, big-time service late in this one. Robbie Cristo rising up over everybody with a powerful header. We've seen him do it so many times.
On a dime to Cristo.
Yep, and Nazmi again putting this one into the box. And DJ Taylor, the big man, heading this one home to tie it up. And NCFC was feeling good at this point, chasing the game. Maybe we can go get 3 points, they're saying. But not to be, as Hundley collects this one again outside the box, puts it on his left foot, and this is a world-class finish. Oof. I love this angle here. We see this bent towards the far post, tucks it in. A dagger, a true dagger. Yeah, from Hundley.
The brace for Matt Hundley and the 3 points for Memphis 901 FC. As you take a look at your final stats, do want to remind everybody that the North Carolina Courage, last year's winners of the NWSL Championship, will be on CBS on Saturday at 3:30 to take on Houston. Then on Sunday, these two teams right back here at 6 o'clock on ESPN+. For Kyle Lang and his great crew, Jorge Acuna, my broadcast partner, the talented Austin DeLuz, I'm Dean Linke saying so long from WakeMed Soccer Park. We'll see you back here Saturday for the Courage and Sunday for a rematch of these two teams. Your final score, Memphis 901 FC 3, North Carolina FC 2.